Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's Saturday morning, and we are fired up today. We got Melanie coming to us live from the Wild Alaskan Lodge. She's live in Alaska right now. I'm live in Cabo San Lucas, and you guys,
Woo!
wherever you are on the planet Earth, I can't believe. Thank you, Mr. Musk, the man that's actually saving the world, no matter what you think. He's making this all possible. Melanie couldn't be with us today, and I couldn't be with you today if it wasn't for Starlink. We did that live fishing show, tribute to my father, live out on the boat. You guys got to watch us catch 300 plus fish on the boat in 9 hours, and it was all because of Starlink. So thank you, Mr. Elon Musk, for helping us out, because Melanie and I really appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
And you guys will appreciate it too when you go to Melanie's lodge up there in Alaska, because you guys will be, I know it's hard to imagine not being connected for one split second. So she's making, her and her husband Jason are making it so that you can all be connected when you're up there on vacation, trying to connect with nature, so you can stare at this little tiny screen the whole time, which you guys are addicted to. Right,
You're supposed
Melanie?
to be fishing, not looking at your phone.
Are looking at all the wildlife, which is supposed to be incredible up there, right?
It is. Oh man, so far, yeah. Right now, a lot of the otters are coming off. The baby otters are letting their mamas are letting their babies go, so they're on their own, and the bears are starting to show their faces, and just we've seen whales and seals are in front of us all day long, and sea lions. So any kind of wildlife you want to see, you're most likely going to see it right here in our channel.
Are there any bears?
There are. It's brown bears. We are on Shishakov Island, and that's the largest island in the world for brown bears. So people are going to immediately freak out and go, no, I'm going to see a bear's going to get me. Have we seen one close up? Yes, but we didn't do our due diligence and keep up with our trash. And so we welcomed him by unwelcoming him. But other than that, no, usually we'll just drive down and go to the end, and you can see them on the marsh or whatever you want to call that land, and see them fishing, teaching their little cubs how to fish, and just walking along on the little marsh down there. So you can see them from your boat if you drive down into certain areas. Are you going to see one at the lodge? Not likely.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. We don't want to see it that way. Yeah, we'll let you and Jason take care of that, and Cotter, he can take care of him. We don't want nothing to do with.
You don't want to arm wrestle?
We'll see him from afar. Not even a little bit. I'm up there to kill a bunch of fish.
Yeah, we got kings are starting to come in as our season starts the last week of May through the first week of September. We have started to see the kings. I mean, they're slowly starting to come in, so I know we're still a few weeks away. But someone snagged one just out here the other night. We was getting some dinner for the evening and got, I think it was about 31 inches on a king. They're not even really spawning yet. So, yeah, so that's good. Halibut, they've been, I'm not sure what the biggest halibut, none of us have, well, I haven't had the luxury of being to get my line wet, but some of the workers have gone in the evenings, and they've been just going out and playing around, and that they're just picking that up, playing around. So we already have a freezer full of fish just from less than a month, and going out a few times, maybe a week. Yeah.
Nice. So some of our viewers right now are asking, where's that accent from?
My accent? Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
It's from Texas. I am originally from Texas. Born and bred there. That's my heart and home there. That's my family's there. Then I lived in Thailand for a few years, and then now I'm in Alaska in the summer season, fishing season, and Idaho for a little bit, and then we hit the road for sportsman shows to build our business. Yeah.
Right. And then as far as the business, there's a lot of people that did not get the opportunity to see you guys a month and a half ago when you were on the show. Right after show season, Jason and yourself jumped on the show with me and we kind of promoted the lodge a little bit. But today the audience is much,
Yes.
much bigger. Saturday morning, it's our big audience. So there's a lot of new people that are here. So let's do something for a minute. And those of you that already know, just relax. When I go see the Rolling Stones, I want them to play Satisfaction every single time. So just relax if you've already heard this before. But Melanie, let us know. You got a great crew up there. I've got to meet a handful of them on getting ready for the show the last 2 times. I'm excited to go up there and hang out with the crew and see everything. And we have 5,000 members on my website. We have over 800,000 followers that follow what we're talking about. And we're going up there as a reconnaissance trip, gang. We're going to be one of the first people to come up to the lodge this year and check everything out and make sure it's everything that Melanie's going to tell you it is right now. And then, gang, believe me, we're going as a group. Your Saltwater Guide. You'll be blown away as you listen to this. The number one thing that got me all excited was when Mike and Jamie Lewis came over and told my wife Kelly and I, Dave, they let you drive the boat yourself. And I was like, oh, I've never drove a boat myself. This is going to be so exciting. And so can you kind of give us a rundown, Mel? Where are you at? How do we get there? What's the lodge?
Yeah.
Just like we never did this before.
So our lodge is we're remote Southeast Alaska, which is in Pelican, Alaska. On these maps back here behind me, it'll show you if you're thinking you fly in and out of Juneau, and then it's about 80 miles west by bird, or how they say it, by air, on a high speed 3.5 hours. So our business is, we are not a charter fishing lodge. We are a self-guided fishing lodge. And the difference between that is you are the captain of your own vessel. We provide you with everything from the moment that you get down to the bay, and we pick you up for the catamaran. From that point until you return, everything is included in that. So say the day you get here, say you booked your trip, you get here that day, you're going to be shuttled down to a bay where we pick you up on a catamaran, take you out. You're going to have beautiful wildlife views along the way. I call it a little mini cruise. It's about 3.5 hours. We then unload, and then we bring our guests to our lodge. We are just an eye's view from where the catamaran land docks up. So we come over to the lodge. We're going to bring you in. We're going to have our staff is going to take all your stuff to your room, do all that. You're going to come over the first day. We're going to go over boat safety that night. We're going to show you how the boats work, what to do with your navionics, show you how to run the navionics, show you how to use all your bait, tackle, and gear that is already provided for you on the boat. All you have to do is fish. That's it. We provide everything else. It's included in our price. And then, so self-guiding, some benefits of that is, one, to me, I've experienced different ways of fishing, and for me, I found this to be the best for me, because if I'm going to go for a halibut, you could sit there all day, and then that one that you want is going to come. People move around too much, so for me, I don't want to just, okay, it's been 30 minutes. I want to bounce over to here to another spot. And so we'll give you all those tricks and tips. We can give you the knowledge that we have, but ultimately you're the captain. You can go where you want to go. We have maps to show you. We have navionics on the boat. the GPS Garmin's. We provide you with
Hold on a second. When the Starlink
you're just going to pack
satellite goes
light
around
because
the mountain, there we are. You're back.
I'm back now. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I'm
back. You're back.
I forgot
full
to
speed.
mention,
Go,
if I
go.
happen to go away for like 5, maybe 10 seconds, just hold on tight, guys and gals. It's just because the satellite is going around the mountain and it disconnects for just a second and then it'll connect us right back together. So sorry about that. But yeah, so we're gonna get here. That night we're gonna feed you dinner. You're gonna tell us what you want for your lunch the next day. You get up and it's a grab and go breakfast. We have your lunch ready. The guys on the dock have your boats ready and running, all iced down with all your bait, tackle, gear that you're gonna need for a successful day out on the water. Another thing is, with self-guiding, our limit catch is different. This year, right now, I am going to put my glasses on because they have some statistics that they've put out on orders. And again, with self-guiding, we can keep 2 halibut per day, any size. That is if you go self-guided. Your silvers are going to be 6 per day. You got your kings, 1 annually. So can you answer that and just tell me, Miss?
What is it called again? I want to look as we watch this. It's the Wild Alaskan Lodge in
Yeah.
Pelican, Alaska.
So no, but it's on Saltwater Guide.
Saltwater Guide.
So just answer that question, yeah. So John, if you want to watch it, you can, it's going to be right now, it's on the podcast on the Saltwater Guys podcast. And then also after we have done this live podcast, it will be uploaded to YouTube. And we'll also share the video too. Dave, are you gone? Is your Starlink messing up too?
No, I'm just messing up. I'm trying to do too many things.
Don't do that. Last time you spilt stuff.
Okay, so look at gang. You guys want to check this out? You can go look at it while you're watching this on TV. Go look at the Wild Alaskan Lodge. And while Melanie's talking, you can check it out. There's only one way in and one way out. It's either on an airplane or on the ferry boat. That's the only way you can get there. You could drive forever and you'll never drive to this place. There's no roads. I've looked it up. I've Google mapped it. There's no way around it, gang. And like Jason and Melanie were talking about last time, they brought every single thing that you guys are going to touch in the lodge in on a barge and built this lodge themselves. So this is kind of a unique situation, a unique opportunity. The self-guided thing is cool, but what Melanie and Jason have done is absolutely extraordinary. So pay attention, go look it up while we're talking or check it out afterwards. But it's actually, what you guys pulled off is actually pretty incredible, pretty
extraordinary. And I really appreciate that. And I think even too, when you get here, it is very hard to comprehend until you fully see it yourself. I mean, even if you've come from some kind of business owner or whatever, people think that we just bought a old building or an old thing and renovated it. No, we built this with our hands and our blood and our sweat off the side of a mountain. This is the National Tongass National Forest over here across from us. So you will never see houses that way. So our view will never be obstructed. But we built everything from the ground up, and we would have to haul everything from the farthest part of our property line to the opposite side and go backwards to forwards, just so for those purposes. But it's been our dream and our passion, and we could always say it's a bucket list or one day or that. And when will that be? We never know. So why wait? So we retired. Well, you could say retired. I don't feel old enough to retire, but we cashed in and we have been chasing our dream, and it's a piece of paradise. I mean, even when people come just to kind of hang out and they're like, oh, I don't think I can do this, I need to go. By the time they're here 3 days, they're like, oh my gosh, who would ever want to leave? I mean, it's spectacular. And we have amazing staff. We have an amazing chef. We have some amazing people like you coming and gonna check out our place and see for yourself. Because some of those people, doubters, or they're like, it's just too good to be true. Test me. I'll bet you. I'll put a bet on it. We can do that. But again, with that, people always want to know, like, so what's all included? So that's your water transfer from Juneau, round trip back. So Juneau to Pelican, and then Pelican back to Juneau. And then we either shuttle, or sometimes we ask them to go ahead and just Uber, depending on how many people are on that catamaran, and depends on what time you fly out that day or the next day. And then once you get here, you have all your lodging, all your meals. We have 21-foot Duckworth hardtop covered boats. It's about 23 and a quarter with that outboard. Each boat is equipped with a easy anchor drum system, which is really nice. Push the button, anchor goes down, push it, comes back up. 2 Scotty downriggers per boat. We also have shrimp pots if you want to try for them. We have those things available. Just ask, we'll get that stuff ready. But your boat's going to have all your different gear. We use the Avid 2-speed reels for our halibut fishing. And so you can just see with that. And then just when you do it, well, you can push that second one, it makes that revolution go quicker. And so as it twists, so this is what we use for our halibuts. They're the Avid 2-speed reels. And so all of our equipment, all of our gear and stuff, we don't look at it as going in cheap because everybody's going to break it. We have good quality stuff because you're coming for an experience, and you're coming to fish, or you're coming with your family for memories or whatever. And we want to be able to unwrap that for you and not have to worry about anything. We do your laundry every day. We fill your boat. We clean your boat every day. We get all the stuff that needs to be taken care of. Your fish, we process your fish immediately. We do the filleting, vacuum sealing, and then we do the flash freezing. And we box them about 48 pounds, so you can use that as your checked baggage on your way home and so that's why I say pack light, because you're going to need it for your fish boxes.
And that's a unique thing that you just said, pack light. Gang, now we kind of know about the fishing thing. Let's talk about the lodge itself. This is what another thing that caught my eye, Melanie. Washer and dryer. You got the slickers, you got the boots. We don't have to bring all that stuff, which is it's a phenomenal amount of stuff to lug all the way to Alaska from wherever you're coming from, and then pack it up when it's all wet and fishy and scaly and stuff, and pack it up. You guys pretty much, here's what I'm bringing, gang, if you want to know. I'm bringing 4 pairs of shorts, 5 t-shirts, my flip-flops.
You better bring a base layer. What if it's chilly on one day?
Then I won't go outside.
Yes, you will. I got you.
I don't go outside when it's cold.
Yeah, I just always tell people a few base layers, some wool socks, and a few hoodies, because we have the gear. We wash your clothes every day. You don't need to do anything. I mean, we put your lunch on your boat. You can go out as early, usually when fishing season starts, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m.
Yeah, she'll be right back with us, gang. Just wait. The satellite's going around the mountain. The satellite's going around the mountains. But we got we got lots of questions coming through. We're trying to get to them. Those of you that are putting your questions up, we'll try to answer them the best we can. There, you're back, Mel. You're back. You're back.
What does it say?
You're back. Yeah.
We have one that was about like, what is the biggest halibut that you've seen while you were here?
So the biggest halibut that I have seen or that we have personally caught. Personal best for me is 100. It was a little over 100 pounds. The best for Jason was 255 for him. Average is anywhere from 40. I think anywhere a good, let's say 30 to 70 is your average. This year, though, in our area, there were 3 halibuts picked up that were over 300 pounds in my
Wow,
area.
that's incredible.
And those I did physically see, but we did not catch them. So personally, what we've caught, that's our biggest. But what we've seen, yeah, it was crazy. It was huge.
So I want to show you something real quick. We're going to go back to
Okay.
the lodge and what's going on inside the lodge. But my friend Daniel has a company called ReelQuick. He makes a phenomenal reel seat for the rods. And I'm bringing up 3 of them. They're being delivered to you guys. I've already had a few packages from my sponsor sent to you already. Daniel's sending up this ReelQuick system. I want you just to see this video real quick. It only takes a minute.
Okay.
We'll be right back into talking about this, gang. But Melanie has one of her assistants, the young lady sitting right next to her, that's reading your questions. So don't be afraid. Ask anything. We want to answer all your questions. We'll go a little bit late today. We want to make sure we take care of everybody. But look at this, Melanie. Check this thing out. This is Daniel. He's on here right now. He's sending up these rods.
All right, gang. Your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen. We're down here at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show. And I'm with Daniel Rubin, the creator of the ReelQuick reel seat system. This is an amazing, amazing product.
You guys check this out. ReelQuick Fishing is a dovetail connection. It is in the unlocked position for simplicity here. Comes right off the rod with a dovetail connection. No more screws, no more clamps on the back. Goes on the rod just like that, and we can lock this in place. Turn of a pin. This is strong. This is not coming off of this rod. ReelQuickFishing.com. Dave, you want to add anything to this?
The really cool part about this is the simplicity of it. I fish hard all the time. I hold my rod the proper way. I know a lot of you don't. A lot of you have your hand back here. You always want to have your hand in front of the reel. That's the way that the whole design was made to do, is do it the right way. Normally, when you grab it the right way, you're dealing with the ferrule screws right here. And when you're grabbing it and undoing it, the screws keep coming undone. There's none of that happening anymore. It's a very easy system to use the right way. I was blown away when I saw this. I thought it would add a lot of weight to the rod. Actually, it takes away a lot of the weight.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
All right,
Oh,
we're
so
back.
can I dig in your boxes
So,
then?
yeah, everything here. I wanted, while we were listening to Daniel speak, I wanted you guys to understand what was really cool is I talked to Jason, I talked to Melanie, and I told them I have some products. For me to lug all the products up there, it would cost me a fortune in the luggage, checking the luggage. And plus they have hooks and line and all that stuff that you can't fly with because they believe in their hearts that you're going to take a jetliner down with a spool of fishing line. I don't know how you do it, but they think it's going to happen. So you can't have line on your reels if they're carry-on, gang. I'm just telling you. You could go to the airport if you want, give it a shot and try to wing it. But I've seen it many, many times where they take your reels. So if you've done it, congratulations. Yay. You should buy a lottery ticket. But I guarantee you, I fly more than all of you combined, and I don't ever carry a reel with line on it with me because I've seen them take them too many times. So what I've done and what you guys should do, and listen to Melanie and listen to Jason, you can ship your stuff to their lodge. Let's say you book your trip a month or 2 or 3 ahead of time, which you should, because that gives you time to get ready. You don't want to book it tomorrow and go the next day. And then you can ship the stuff up there. Melanie and Jason have it waiting for you at your room. Your stuff's in your room. I thought that was pretty cool just to mention that, because traveling with all that stuff or whatever it is, way easier to just ship it to your lodge. And it wasn't that expensive. From Cabo San Lucas to the lodge in Pelican, Alaska, to send a box of lures that I think weighed about 100 pounds.
It was a heavy box. I had to carry
It
that thing all the way from town.
costs less than $200. And when I bring tackle somewhere, I'm not taking it back with me. So that's you guys is when I'm done. But I'm bringing a bunch of lures because I have a bunch of sponsors and they're going to get to see their stuff in action, getting fish caught on it. But you guys all have your favorite rod, your favorite reel, all that stuff. You might want to have it. Traveling with a fishing pole, one fishing pole today, it's like traveling with another human being. It's the same cost to get that thing on the plane and get it flown up there, and the hassle of following that thing around. So this is just such a unique experience. You guys have no idea all the great things. So kind of talk about all that cool stuff, and back to the lodge and the laundry and the food looks insane. I'm so excited just to go there and hang out with you guys on the deck and eat killer food.
We have our one main lodge. We can hold up to 24 guests per week comfortably in our guest lodges. So each room has 4 beds. It's got 1 full and 3 twin XLs, and each room has its own private bathroom. With self-guided, that means who you come with is who you stay in the boat with and room with. So say it was 3 of you, we're not going to put a 4th one on your boat. We're not going to put a single angler on there. Because this is what self-guided is all about. You are the guide of your own ship. So when you want to go for halibut, or you want to go over here for, trolling, that's the views for how long and what you want to do. The limits are different. It's different kinds of things. We do you with everything to have the most successful experience. Our rooms, so then we have our main lodge. We all come in here, and this is where you come and grab your breakfast in the morning. And then this is where we all have dinner in the evening with everybody that's here for that week that's fishing. And we have dinner at 6:30. Me and my sidekick Eminem over here will help serve the chef and get that all taken care of, and then go over, kind of talk about where people went that day on the screen, look at the water and tides and all that for the next day, so the anglers can kind of plan what they want to do as a trip. And then also these maps here behind me, one of them is one that we have to show that's kind of shows you big from Juneau to where we're at. And this one on this side here is just of our inlet. You don't even have to go out, but if you do, it's just blown up. And so on this one here, so at nighttime, people congregate over here and they kind of point and go, oh, well, where were you at? And they'll say, oh, we were kind of over here or up here. And so it's kind of just fun to collaborate with the other anglers, get to know them, and make friends.
Absolutely. And your assistant never met Marley, so this is Marley.
She's gonna freak out.
He's my monkey.
Animals.
He's a monkey.
That's his little monkey.
He's a monkey and he missed his daddy. I've been gone for a few days, so I just got home and I'm bottle feeding him. Even though he's 5 years old, this is how he loves to wake up in the morning. Have his little bottle. Have his little bottle and just staring.
Aw. So yeah, so anything you
Yeah, he's a pretty cool little dude.
Aw, good morning.
He's the smallest monkey in the world. He's 8 inches tall, full grown. His tail's 2 feet
It
long.
is. I love that little guy. Last time he messed with, he gave me kisses. Is there any questions?
He's like, give me some more of my bottle, Dad. So a good friend of ours, one of my guides that works with me and has a charter boat business, and Justin Bottrell had a great question. I don't know if you saw that, but what part of Alaska? What are the rules for keeping fish, and what are the prices to bring the fish home? What's the price to stay at the lodge and all that stuff? Let's get down to the meat and potatoes.
Okay. So yeah, so 6 nights, 5 full days of fishing is $4,300 per person. This year we did not go up in our pricing. Everyone else did. Probably next year we'll take a little look at it, but again, right now it's $4,300 for 6 nights, 5 full days. Includes your lodging, your meals, all of your boat, your tackle, your gear, cleaning, filleting, processing your fish, rain gear, laundry, lots of great laughs and lots of wonderful moments and memories. The boats are really nice. It was a non-negotiable for me to make sure it had a hard top, because a lot of people underestimate the fact that there is a lot of couples that do fish together. And people always think it's just a guy's trip, or, oh, it's just a business trip or whatever. But I don't know. It brings joy to my heart when I see couples and families and kids, because they're the next generation. And if we don't teach them, then it's just going to be cell phones and electronics, and they need to get back to nature for sure.
Do you have to have the full amount?
So they're looking through the questions right now, gang. What we're doing is we're going on an exploratory trip to make sure the
Initial
lodge is all that it
deposit,
could be.
Sadie.
Go ahead, Melanie.
So it's the deposit.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Okay, so it's $1,000 deposit, and then 60 days from then, we usually ask for the remaining half of the balance, and then by April 1st of that fishing year, then we ask for the remaining balance. Now, if somebody like today or in the next week or so, I alter it a little bit. Do you have to have it paid before you get here? Yes, but you can do the deposit and then pay, because we are getting closer to the season. And so you don't have as much time maybe to save money up or, to organize things. So yeah, it's for that. And that $4,300 includes everything except your round trip ticket to Juneau, your fishing license, which you get online. Or if you come in a day early, there's a Sportsman's Warehouse right near the airport. You can go there and they will, you can just get it up at the customer service desk. And then if you drink alcoholic beverages, I would suggest you get them there and bring them with you. We do not provide alcohol at the lodge. We don't have a liquor license. So you'll need to provide that for you if you want to have it. Inside of Pelican, there is a small liquor store, but it is very, very, if you think Alaska is expensive, then for instance, a small bottle of Jack is $90. So you do the math. But other than that, we take care of everything else. And then also what I wanted to do is anybody that's on your podcast and that has heard this today and watched it, that if you book before the end of, let's see, this weekend is going to be we're May. So today is the 17th.
Yeah.
So 17th. So by the 25th, if anybody calls from your show and books, I will do $300 off per person with yeah.
Wow.
So minimum
There you go.
2 to 3 per boat. But yeah, we have, even if there's some, 1 or 2 boats open, even on a date when you come. So even if you have some people that just love to go where you go, we do have a few boats open the week that you'll be here too.
Oh, wow. There you go, gang. That's
Yeah, they can,
insane. That is
go ahead. I'm sorry.
a phenomenal discount. Thank you so much. We had no idea you were going to do that for our people. That is so awesome. And then, gang, my promise to all of you that are watching, all the members and everybody, when we're going to get up there and get a good feeling of the whole thing and how it all works. And I guarantee you, I can't believe it's not what they say it is, because I've been watching and looking. And last year we got very disappointed. We went up and we were not told the truth, and it wasn't what it was. So that's why I'm going this year without taking 10 of you. Last year I took 10 of you with me, and I am still apologizing for what happened. So this time we're going to go get a good look at it and make sure that what's coming out of my mouth is going to be what you're going to experience. I don't think it won't be, but I can't do it again. Get caught with my pants down. It's not a good look.
I will not,
brand.
you will not be disappointed at all. If you're not, even if you are not even a serious angler, if you don't bring a fish, catch a fish, I might laugh at you, because literally you can drop your line, and even if it's a rock fish, they just come to the surface and they're just there. It's just like, but yeah, when you're going for the big stuff and say you want to troll for kings or go for halibut, are you going to always get that big bad one immediately? No, but there's so many fish. And this year we actually, as non-residents, sports anglers, are able to keep 1 short raker per year now. You could keep the striper also, but I think if I'm going to choose out of one of those kind of non-pelagic fish, I'm going to probably go with a short raker or a striper, because I feel like they're going to have the most meat on them. But they opened that up to us, and that's been closed for like 5 years. And then this year they just did 1 king annually across the board. So they didn't even do a diagonal, but they could also open it up. They could one day just say, hey, we're opening back up.
This person's asking how much to bring 100-pound of fish back.
Okay, so great question about how you're bringing your fish back. So we do your fish processing for you, and we have waxed boxes. And inside there, we have a big bubble wrap, and then we put another liner of paper in there, and we put your fillets. And when we get to about 48 pounds, we close that box up, started a new box for you. We keep everything under 50 pounds. Why? Because you're going to use that as your checked baggage instead of having a big old bag of extra clothes that you didn't wear. And you're like, I thought I was going to need, whenever I say don't overpack, people really go, okay, you don't need to over. Yes, we do your laundry. You're pretty much going to wear 1 or 2 back and forth. And that's how we don't ship the fish back. You're more than welcome to ship your fish back. They've kind of gone away from it a lot, so it's kind of hard to find places, even in Juneau, that will do that. And this is my lovely cameraman. This is what it looks like. So this is flash froze. So here these aren't great looking fillets just because these are ours. We are eating them. We don't care, but this is just what we've been getting here lately. So this is what's the fillet. It'll have the name of what the species is. So when they go in their box, so if American Airlines or Alaska Airlines flies in frequently, Delta once a day. So those are something to look at. If you have the Alaskan credit card, they will let you, your first bag is free, your next one's $35 or $45, then it's $150.
And so you could, your bag could be your bag of fillets, right?
Yeah, so that's what we use our boxes as our luggage, and we just pack in a carry-on and a backpack, and then we have our fish.
So you, Justin, you could use those Deckhand dry bags that you guys use for your lobsters and stuff. You could just throw the fillets in there and put that on the airplane, and it would fly perfect. That's pretty rad. And to think about it, it's like flying luggage,
it is.
right, Melanie?
It is.
So you don't even think of it as flying fish back. So 100 pounds, you can fly what's the bag? Can weigh 49 pounds?
50 pounds, before they start nagging. But on this end, going out from Juneau back to home, they're not as sticklers as much as if you were coming from another place coming to Juneau. They're going to be more like charge you for every little cent. Like if it was a 0.5 over, it's like, no, it's not. I don't typically have any problems. And if I book, say, me and Jason and a few others on my, credit card, I can use up to 6 people on my reservation to get that free first box too. So there's ways to do it. That's how I do it. Just bring a carry-on backpack, and then your fish, we're going to use that as your check bags.
Yeah, and that sounds phenomenal. It's way less than somebody told Justin $900 to ship 100 pounds of fish back. I guess you could probably pay that much. You'd have to work very hard to try to figure out how to get it to $900.
So it's very possible that the person that you're referring to, or maybe they possibly they personally flew their stuff back with a mailing system that does that, or if they had just had too many bags. I don't know. We've never had to pay that. On the seaplane, if you're going to take a seaplane, they do charge you $2 per pound over excess baggage. Well, that's why we do the catamaran. The catamaran is going to, I'm not going to say 100% make sure that you get here at the water, and they say large watercraft's not on the water. We're not going to send a catamaran back out here. But that's likely never going to happen. Seaplanes, it's very sketchy. It's weather-based. It didn't fly yesterday. Today, they could. I don't know. So if they did a seaplane, yes. And the catamaran, that we have that built into our price. So the catamaran you're going to be returning back to Juneau on, we have that built in our price. So you're not going to pay extra unless you go to the airport and you've brought 4 checked bags, and then they're trying to check 4 more bags. So maybe that was the case. But yeah, it would have to be either off of a seaplane, because they do charge $2 per pound over your excess baggage weight. And then, so I can see where maybe that could add up. But you can take whatever you catch. We don't keep any. So whatever you catch, we fillet, you take. If you don't want to take all of it, what we do, you can donate it. So maybe somebody in the group that we didn't do really well will ask you, hey, they didn't do really well, and you don't want all these. Is it okay if we throw a few fillets, over there? But because we can't resell it, we can't do anything, because those are restrictions on our self-guided. So yeah.
Gotcha. So I got a few questions I saw coming through here. Listen, gang, when you get your fish from Jason and Melanie from the lodge, It's going to be rock hard. It's going to be frozen,
Yeah.
flash frozen. It's going to be rock hard. Quit thinking about this ice thing, gang. It's not
Nope.
even a deal. You got to stop. There's so many people talking about you can't carry ice cubes on it, but you don't need them, gang. Let me tell you something. I fly from Alaska to Cabo. I'm going to be home in 6 hours. That meat's not freezing. That meat's not thawing out. You don't have to worry about it. And as far as carry on, Deckhand Sports, their dry bags, gang, that you see on their website, they're dry bags. Those are carry-on size. The size of a backpack. You can put 40 pounds of fish in there, carry it right on the airplane, put it in your overhead. They're not going to know it because it's not ice. You got to understand it's frozen, rock hard fish. So just don't walk up there and go, look at my bag. Is it okay? Just relax.
Yeah.
Put it in there. Get on the
Yeah.
plane and ask for forgiveness later. But don't put ice on rock hard frozen fish. That's ridiculous.
I'll fly from here to Juneau. Juneau usually takes us a day or so because we do before we get out. And by the time we then get on a plane and go home, we still have over a 2-hour drive. And we have never in probably a 12, 14-hour day, it was still frozen when we got home. So there's no need for dry ice. There's no need for all that. That's just gonna cause more complication than just taking what you got.
Yeah, you guys got to relax. You're worrying about things that don't matter. Think about how bitching this is going to be. If you want some ice, just give me a call. I'll have some ice delivered. We'll pour it in your pants, put it in your pocket or something. Like, you got to get over that. There's just 75 comments here about ice cubes. Come on, you guys. This is going to Alaska. It's going to be super fun. Let's let the ice cubes go. Let's move on to something else.
Your fish will
Let's try
not
something
thaw out before you get home at all.
We have someone asking if there's anything.
No. So you need to relax. Now, Justin's big time world renowned hunter. There's no hunting at your lodge, is there?
There
Or
is not hunting at the lodge in the fishing season, but deer in the winter time are going into the fall and the winter. There is, and a lot of times you have to get a tag, or you have to go with a local or a tribe member that's just local to this area or native. But yeah, we haven't done it, but we do plan on doing it. So yeah, there's deer, and that's how this small village survives, is off of the land and the water. That's it. We don't have a grocery store. If you have dietary restrictions, tell me way ahead of time, because like I can order something today and it might not come for 4 or 5 days, because if it's on the seaplane, they're dependent on landing on the water and how that water is. So that's why we do the catamaran, and also too, because the boxes are already included in our prices. You don't have to worry about paying that additional fee for sending it to wherever you're going to go.
Exactly. There you go, gang. So now you got all that out of the way. And now we're back inside the lodge. We got off we went down a big giant rabbit hole. Let's get back into the lodge. We were doing laundry a half hour ago, and then all hell broke loose. At the lodge, is somebody, let's say I got some clothes that I wore today. I got dirty. I got filthy. I threw it. I'm going fishing tomorrow. Is there someone there that does the laundry? Do I got to throw it in the washer and put it in the dryer when I get back? What's going on with that?
That's going to be my sidekick. This beautiful face.
Yeah,
so we will always, if you come in that evening, we have laundry baskets, laundry bags. You'll put your stuff in. We have them numbered so we know, hey, so if there was 3 in your party, and it's 3 bags. I don't want to mix all your laundry up, but you bring it down for dinner. We're going to grab it at dinner time, because you're 5:30 to 6:30. You're probably going to run up, change your clothes, clean off, bring them down. We'll wash them. We'll have them right outside your door for you.
Oh, that's insane. Wow. See, there's another reason why you don't need to bring a bunch of
Yes.
stuff. I'm trying to let everybody know. Yeah, I'm gonna bring now you got me scared. So I'm gonna bring one pair of sweats. I'm not buying, I'm just gonna let you know. I don't own a pair of shoes. I'm not buying a pair of shoes for this trip. I have no problem standing on ice fishing with no shoes on. I don't have shoes. I'm not buying shoes for the trip. I won't have any. You won't be washing my socks, I promise you, because I have no socks and I'm not buying socks for this trip. All right, just so you.
I got extra. I got
You won't
extra
have
socks
to-
if you need them. Not just teasing. I'm teasing.
Yeah, I don't. I promise. No, if you find a pair of socks or you find an extra sock somewhere, you don't have to come out.
Because I know it's not yours.
No, it isn't gonna be all right. No, the nice thing about not wearing shoes or socks, when your feet get wet, they get
True.
dry.
You have a point.
It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Yep. And then every once in a while, my wife will tell me, "Hey, it's time to bleach the deck of the boat." I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "Because your feet stink so bad." Oh, okay. All right, baby.
Oh.
We'll be bleaching the deck today. Okay. There's so much other stuff at the lodge. Now, what about, I've heard so much from Jason about dinner. Dinner sounds incredible. What are we talking about?
Well, I mean, we do have a chef this year.
Okay.
So we're still kind of working on the menu. We have the menu from last year. We're tweaking it. I was hoping Chef Big Country would come on out. Is he coming? It would come show his little face, because none of this would even happen without other people. And it takes a team, and it takes dedication, heart, grit, lots of mercy and forgiveness. I mean, the angler experience is unbelievable. And it is the most, I've been to a lot of places, and this is one of the most memorable places for me. And if I was to have to ever want to go and live someplace else, I think I would do it here, because it's just, you have the access of the ocean, of all the food that you need, and to sustain yourself. Yeah, is it remote? Yes. Is it lonely at times? Yes. Do I need to go home and have my social bug out? Oh yeah, and let loose. But we're here to fish, and I'm going to guarantee you will catch a fish. I know that's hard to say, and you're like, you're banking it. You should never. I mean, it would be very, very difficult not that we see them off the dock. The kids fish off the dock. That they just do that, and they pull up widows and little rockfish and things like that. But yeah, you're gonna catch fish. You're gonna fill boxes. Just depends on the time of the season. Do you want to chase after kings, or do you want to chase after halibut or lingcod or silvers? So that's how you plan your trip. Is if you're someone that is just dead set on kings, then you're going to come early in the season. This is our chef. This is Mike.
Hey.
We call him Big Country. We make nicknames up. We won't tell you what we named you yet, Dave, until you get here.
Okay.
But yeah, this is the guy. He's going to be working on the menu. We're going to coordinate together. But a lot of the same things that we talked about, of having ribs. We'll have pulled pork, because I'm a Texas girl. We got to bring in that barbecue. You know that. So we do that. We do homemade pizza nights. We do. What else do we do, Mike? We do we'll do a pasta night, like an Alfredo, or we do have a seafood night, and so we do that. So if anybody, that's
Someone's asking if they said Big Country. Can I get some prawns if I come up there?
prawns. So prawns, yes, so somebody's asking, can they get prawns? They are here, and we do have pots available for you to use and go draw. And so the commercial guys, they go straight across, but I've already talked to them this year, and they're not going to do it this year. So that
All
means
right.
that I have a better possibility of having more for myself. And so we do have the spotted prawns here, and we have baskets. And then you could go drop it, go fishing for the day, swing by. We're going to give you a different Scotty head and put it on there. And it just kind of helps. It doesn't automatically spin the rope to bring it up, but it kind of helps, kind of like with the Avid putting that 2-speed. It just helps kind of bring it up. But, oh yeah, we do have those here. And if you want, you're more than welcome to try your hand at them.
But at the seafood dinner that you have that one night, is there prawns in the dinner?
Most likely,
If you catch any,
and
yes.
most likely it could be halibut. We just came up with a really, really good Thai curry halibut, and it was really good. So we may add that one in this year and switch something else out, but you're not going to go hungry here. Our dinners, we're going to have salads. Everybody's going to come together. We're going to have salads, your breads, then you have your main course, and then you're going to have your dessert. And when you leave, you may have to undo a button or two. Happens to me every year.
I like that. As far as dinner time in the main
Yep.
dining room, everybody can move around,
Yep.
talk to each other about what happened that day out on the water, and your guides or your staff's helping people get them in the right direction if they had a tough day the day that they were out, right? Everybody's trying to help everybody.
We do, and that's
correct?
what we do. And if those guys down there are done for the day, they'll come up here and help us. But it's just a team effort. We are in here, and a lot of times, I mean, we set tables up kind of to go with how their party comes. Say like your party of 10. We would set it up that way, but most people always, after the first day, they're like, can you just put all the tables together? And then they want to set in one long table. And so we will set it up and do whatever you want. But yeah, that's the great thing about it. People talking because their room's next door to you. So if you're having to be sitting out there watching the sunset and they come in or come out, you've chit-chatted about it and you have your maps and stuff that they can go over. So definitely collaborating with each other. We've had people not having any luck with catching a certain species and these other ones were. So they said, hey, can we just follow your boat out? And they apparently went that and followed them out, got their stuff, and that was good. So I mean, some people are really tight because they just don't want to share fish, but there's so many fish in the sea, and it's just, it's fishing. It's fishing.
Yeah, it is. It is fishing,
and it's a dietary need.
It's like you gotta work very hard up there to not catch something. You gotta do a lot of stuff, like maybe not use a hook, or just tie your bait to your line, stuff like that. And you could avoid the fish, but I don't think you're gonna avoid them. You may have a hard time getting the fish that you wanted to catch because you're not doing one little thing right. But when you get it back up to the lodge, Captain Anthony will sit down with you and talk with you and try to figure out. He's not going to embarrass you, gang. He's going to sit down with you and try to figure out what little tweak may you need to try tomorrow when you get out there, which is the really cool part about being there for the amount of days. And like I've told everybody forever, don't try to figure any of this stuff out on your own. Believe me, I'm not going to go up there trying to figure it out on my own. These guys are up there. They know where it is and what it's at and what it takes.
Yeah.
I don't want to try to figure it out on my own. I only have X amount of days. I want to be on whatever's biting, right?
And so that night when you come in, then like we'll go over like all of the tackle, what each of them does, how we use them. You have, I'm gonna, if his name is Bracken, but we call him DK, Drift King, and he came to work for us and has never really been an angler, but he now has become a lover. So this guy here is DK, and he's going to be the guy you're going to see on the dock a lot. He's going to be down there filleting your fish. He's going to make sure that you're very well taken care of, making sure all your gear's clean every day, that you're fully stocked and loaded for that following day. Your boat's clean. You got everything you need to have a successful trip, for sure. Thank you.
Nice. That's cool. Plus, it's something that people get intimidated about. And DK, maybe you can help us out for just a second since you're there. I'm not trying to put you on the spot,
fine.
but the scariest thing for most boaters is the dock. Coming into the dock, they don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to crash. They got their friends on the boat. Kind of let everybody know you're right there to help them. Tell them, put the boat in forward, put it in reverse, stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You're gonna
I'll be
help
the
them,
one
correct?
to walk them through it. Even if they're nervous, I'll be standing there and guide them in and make sure you come in safely and all your fish come in safely and everything. So, yeah.
And that's an important
It
thing to
is.
talk about, because there's a lot of people that have never guided themselves on their boat. It sounds phenomenal, but it's
But
kind
then
of
you get to the dock and it
people-
becomes intimidating. So 100%. We ask people when they get right past this red buoy or this certain area on the map to give us a call so that it says, hey, boat 1 is 2 minutes out or 5 minutes out. That gives us time to be able to have DK or whoever. Sometimes it might be me or it might be my sidekick. Or it's going to be Captain Porter or Jason. They do not have to park the boat. They need just to come in and we will catch them and we will tie them off. So they don't have to dock it. They don't have to, all you got to know do is drive. We'll push you off, you go, and then when you come back, we're going to catch you. You'll come up, we'll stop you and lock you in. They don't have to worry about that. We're going to make sure that we get them done. So DK is going to be your main man down there on the dock, catching boats, getting them on and off and everything.
Yep.
There you go. And that's super important information for people to listen to and have, because yes, it's kind of overwhelming if you've never done it before. And I know Current Coast, you're the world's greatest boat driver in the world, but the people that are going up there for the first time, they're not you. And everything, like Current Coast says, everything's easy until it's not easy. So thank you though
Yes.
for jumping in there, Current Coast, and letting us know what a great captain you are, because everybody's watching wanted to know. So we're very, very happy to have you here,
Yeah.
Current Coast. And we're happy that you're such a great captain, self-proclaimed expert. Good job. Yay. All right, but let's get back to seriousness stuff here now. So back to what we were talking about, this being yourself guide. We talked about it a month and a half ago with you and Jason. That's a giant wilderness up there. My good buddy Justin, hey, what about lingcod? Yeah, they got spots for lingcod. They got spots. Not only do you get the navionics on the boat with the GPS, but Sun Captain, woo, far out. All right, but we're doing a show about Alaska, but we'll have you on as a guest in a couple weeks there, Current Coast, and you can tell everybody. I'm just telling you, bro, relax. We got this. No one's being rude. No one's being rude, but you're telling everybody how easy it is, but it's not if they've never done it before. So the only people being rude is you. But I'm right there for you all the time. So when you're out on the boat, the navionics is going to help you to get to the spots.
There will be waypoints on there, yes. And it tracks you.
The experience with with Captain Coder and all of the guys at the lodge are going to kind of help you explain to you how these spots need to be fished. Yes, you can go find your own spots too, which is fun to do and explore, but there's already spots on the GPS, as Jason was telling me last time, Melanie, and you were telling me about the halibut spot and all the different things. So everything's kind of there for you. You don't need to be overwhelmed. You can't get lost
Nope.
out there. And then they have 9 boats. Everybody's going to be working together as a team. We're going to see each other out on the water. You're going to be able to, the radio's going to pick up where you're at. If you're having a problem, they have a standby boat, which I thought was really
Yes.
bitching. You got a standby boat that's going to go if there's, and let's be honest, gang, they're boats. A lot of us own them. Stuff happens. They can, Captain Coder and the group up there can have the greatest maintenance plan in the world, but it's still a boat.
It is. And
So,
even as being
things
new,
happen.
there's still boats. Like, these are brand new boats. And I mean, I've even called like the architect and engineer on these boats and gave my feedback on them because we purchased so many of them, and to have, so they listened, and they're great. Duckworths, those are some smooth riding boats. I can tell you that. I like those. They're nice.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
they're beautiful. And they can handle that weather if that wind comes up a little bit. And it, like what Brent was saying, the weather can change every 15,
yeah.
20 minutes. So if it blows, go look on the Navionics, find a little cove, go park in that cove, relax for a few minutes. And the next thing you know, it'll be flat, glassy, calm. Or maybe the wind will blow a little bit longer. You're setting in
Yeah.
a little cove. I don't think there's very many spots where you could be setting somewhere and not catching
Oh, no.
something. If you got to get out of the wind. And that's a cool thing about what's going on. As you're talking to the captain down there on the dock in the morning, or if you're talking to everybody at dinner at night, we have a really cool thing called the internet. It's kind of new. It's kind of spectacular. We've got a thing called windy.com. So we can all kind of sit down and look at the wind at night at the tail. I'm sure you guys do that. And we can kind of tell you, okay, the wind's going to blow out of the west tomorrow morning. So this is areas to avoid. These are areas where you can fish in a west wind. Tomorrow morning, it's going to blow out of the southeast. We're going to fish down here in this zone just because we know how to read weather, and the internet's kind of cool with Starlink, and all that stuff's available at the lodge for everybody. No one's holding back any info. I promise you that.
And I would suggest people download Navionics prior to coming, just so you can familiarize yourself. So like, say you want to focus on halibut. Well, when you're looking on your Navionics and you're on your phone and you're looking, you know what you're going to be looking for. You're going to be their bottom feeders. So you're looking for things that are going here, drops off. So they're bottom feeders. And then fish come up, they're above them, they strike them. So they stay down. But just knowing that and studying those, I don't know fathoms. I know it's 6 times whatever number it is, but Jason's really quick at that. I'm not, and understanding certain things. But I can tell you when the current's about to shift. I can tell you when the tide's coming in and when it's going out. But Navionics, you can use that and study the area. I have a lot of people that booked this year that just booked off strictly just because they know Pelican is closest to the fish. No one's closer than we are. And with that, the statistics, you have an underpopulated area that has not been fished, overfished, or combat fish or whatever. So the beauty for us is we are inside an inlet. We could also go right straight outside our inlet into the inside passage for those that don't want to do open ocean, or you're just going to go to the other direction and you're going to open ocean. So you can choose where you want to go, and there's a lot of protection everywhere where you're at and however you go. So you're always going to be able to catch a fish, and you're always going to be able to fish.
Yeah, exactly. And John Stanley, Captain Crowder, what depth are most of the people fishing? I
Okay.
haven't been there, so I'm not the guy to
So,
ask. What depth are the halibut being fished
so
in?
everybody's answer is always different. It depends. Like, so if you're going to go in the if you're going to go in the big in the ocean, some people want to go out a little further and they want to go deep, deep, deep. 255 that Jason caught was in 100 and maybe 70 feet of water. You could catch them. And when I start seeing it going to 3, 4, and I don't have an electric reel, I'm tapping out because I know I'm either going to get something real heavy and that's going to be hard for me to pull up on a normal reel for myself. But yeah, you'll always be able to fish. You're protected. You have the inlet. We have another bay that's just on the other side. Some days it's really windy in here and it's calm out there. So, and then too with the hard tops, it's also got a hard plastic on the back, so you could even zip that up and keep yourself out of the weather too, for the weather conditions.
And then those halibut though, there's no, like I always tell my guys, they ask me all the time, could we catch a halibut here? Well, the last time I was only been up in Alaska once, but I didn't see any fences. You guys don't have any fences around the area that keep the fish from going from one area to
No.
another, do you? Yeah, see, that's what I try to tell you guys. If you put your line in the water, you got a chance to catch
Yeah.
whatever's in the ocean. From a halibut to a lingcod to a marlin. There's no fences between Cabo and Alaska. You could catch a marlin. There's no reason why you couldn't.
They
It could
could.
happen.
I mean, yeah, I
You
don't.
just don't.
Are they more closer to what border? Is it closer to the border that we're near, or what water? What
What
body
was
of
that?
water would they come out of? The Marlins.
They would come up from Cabo all the way to Alaska if the water was warm. They would just swim right up the channel. We catch halibut down here in Cabo sometimes. It's not natural. I'm not going to send you out there to catch them. But what I'm trying to say, gang, is the only way you're not going to catch any of the fish that live up around Melanie is if you don't go.
That's it. All right. That's that close.
You got to go.
Close that deal.
Right. The only thing stopping you from catching them is you. There's no reason to not go. This is going to be lifetime bucket list trip. We're gonna put together a Your Saltwater Guide group and go up there and check it out. Another question that and I know I can't remember the young lady's name that's with you. She's doing the best answering the most questions, but there's a million comments. Everybody's super involved. This is a great, great topic for today. Your lodge up there in Alaska, and everyone's super excited. But what is the amount of fish that they can take? As much as they want?
They can take as much as they want. Now, they will have to, again, when you get with your
Okay, that satellite kind of shifted around for a minute. Just stand by, everybody. But we're going up there. I think I'm going up on the 8th, John Stanley. We're going up on the 8th and coming back on the 8th.
Yes.
Okay. And it's all about how much you're willing to pack home with you is how much you want to keep. You can release fish too, right? You don't have to kill them all.
He's a big releaser. Me, I get too excited. And on some of them, I will, if I know like I'm wanting to go for a specific one and I want to get a bigger one, I will. But Jason's he's constantly throwing them back. I'm like, that was a good one. And he's tossing them and I'm like, that was a good one. And me, I'm like, I'm keeping this one. So yeah, you definitely, whatever you catch, you are more than welcome to keep. We're still going to box them and keep it under that 40 or that 50 pound mark. So around 48, 49, so that you are not going to get dinged at the airport.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And gang, you Google Earth where she's at after the show here today and just start to look at all the places that you could fish. Think about it. You're on the boat. You're not that guides aren't cool, but you get to go
Yes.
explore. You get to go look around, see what you want to go look at and see what you want to
Yeah.
go check out. Something that pissed me off really bad last year on the trip that I went on with my guys was all my wife wanted to do was see a killer whale.
Ow!
That's all Kelly girl wanted. She wanted to see a killer whale so bad. And I ran whale watch boats for 15 years at 5 trips a day. I've seen 10 billion killer whales. I've seen them in Cabo. I've seen them in Alaska. I've seen them all over the place. I found a pod of killer whale. I was whale watching while we were driving around. I was searching for the killer whale. I found a pod of killer whales with one big male in it. It was exactly the pod you want to see. And the guide said, "We're not whale watching, we're fishing." And he drove right by him. And I tell you, at that point, I wanted to stab the screwdriver in his neck. I was so pissed. I was very upset.
That's one of those things about being self-guided is you're on your own time. You get to, and the guests that will be here when you're here, they're returning guests from last year, and they're just amazing people. But she sent me some pictures the other day, and I was like, "Where'd you get that picture? Are you sure this was here?" And she's like, "Yeah." One day we went and they went up by the iceberg, and it was the most beautiful seals there were, and it was just this perfect picture. And I was like, I didn't even know. I've never seen one of those here myself. So one day they just drove and ventured around, and that we have, there's a glacier right outside the mouth of our inlet. You just had to go across. Beautiful area. Cape Spencer's there. It's really pretty. Whale watching, you're going to definitely see whales. I mean, several of them, I think, even out of our 5 people, or 6 have already seen them. I haven't again because I've been inside most of the time. But yeah, you're going to see all kinds of wild animals for sure. You're definitely going to see your porpoises, your sea lions. Sea lions are not your friend. You can be cute, but then that's it. Leave them alone because they'll steal your bait. They'll come and get your fish out of your boat. And so they got
There's only 2 good kinds of sea lions.
Yeah, that is
the ones in the zoo and the dead ones.
Because they do.
The ones in the zoo are cool because they're in jail.
And we have them. They come by every morning. They start up there. They go all the way down. Then they come back up in the evening. But we do have those. But definitely wildlife. You're going to see it even on the ride. It's hard from the seaplane to see them, but I think you are doing the seaplane, and then I have one coming in on the seaplane gun and the catamaran. But yeah, definitely you're going to see whales. I mean, it's a very, very common.
And I know the answer to these 2 questions, but I want you to hit them. Lisa wants to know, what's the situation with bait up there? Can you fish with bait? Are you allowed to fish with bait? Do you guys put bait on the boat for us? What's going on?
Yeah, great question. So yes, we do provide. We have herring. We also will get pinks ourselves for you to use. You can use live bait, you can use spinners, you can do whatever. But yes, we do provide you with that. Now, if you are someone that uses an excess amount, then we may put some in a bag and you can just pay for this extra bag of frozen herring or whatever. A lot of times for us, if we're out there and we've ran out of bait, we'll go do our rockfish, get them, because if you fillet them on the boat and you have their fillets with you, then you can use the carcass as bait too. And I'll use that whole head for a halibut. Yes.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, there you go. Now we're talking big baits. And then John Stanley wants to know how big are the
boats are
boats?
21 foot. They are Duckworth Discovery. I was like, I wanted to say Dynasty, but it's Discovery. 21 foot Discovery. I don't want to mess our system up, but I was like, oh, could I walked out and showed them a boat, but it'll probably mess everything up. But yeah, and then they have the hard tops. There should be pictures on our website of it. And then I'll go back through too afterwards and answer any questions. And then if somebody has something they want to see, like, okay, can we see pictures of your boats or whatever? And if I can email them pictures or text them pictures or dates, they can call. It's and right now it's best to call because Jason's out with a lot of different projects, and I'm more kind of stationary right now because we're already getting filled up bookings for next year. So I'm trying to work on all that fun paperwork while everybody goes and fishes and gets to have fun. But working on that, so they can call. My number is, I was like, oh, do I want to get that out right online? But you definitely can call, well, it's everywhere anyways. So it's area code 214-674-7021. And I can book you a trip, do whatever. You can go online, look at the dates, see which dates. You can fill the form out. It'll come that way. But if you have any direct questions you want immediately, you can call or text and anytime, and we'll do that because we do have dates for Dave's week open. We have a few more boats open that week, but
What week is that?
it is. He's the one that's going to come in here to the office.
So the
look right here.
11th
So
of
6th
June.
to the 12th, or the 12th to the 18th.
Okay, say that.
So yeah, so 6th to the. So yeah, so some of the dates. So Dave's coming in the beginning of June. So we have what did I say? So June 6th through the 12th, and Dave gets here the 11th or the 12th. Dave, you're playing.
Okay.
You're
I
playing
think it's
over there,
11th.
aren't you?
I'm playing with the monkey.
And then also the 12th through the 18th. So if anybody wants to be here when you're here, they could either book the week of June 6th to the 12th or the 12th to the 18th because you're going to be there in that window for both groups.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We split it up
Yep.
because of the dates. You're right. That'll work out beautiful. If any of you want to join us and come up there on the inaugural trip and see what it's all about with us and check it all out, that would be great. Here's that phone number. I'm going to throw it up on the screen for everybody. Andrew threw it up there, so I might as well throw it up there for all of you so you can check. And then as there's so much different things, as you guys are throwing up your questions and stuff's not getting answered, believe me, Melanie has her team watching what's going on and coming up on here. You guys just ask any questions you want. They're going to jump in after the show and they're going to fill in all the blanks of any questions we didn't answer because they're on the show for one reason and one reason alone, to promote their business, to get you up there so that you can see what a phenomenal job Melanie and Jason did putting together this phenomenal place, which is paradise pretty much in Alaska, and to go up there and go fishing. And then you're getting to meet some of the players that you're going to see, like the cook and DK Drifter and Captain Andrew. And then what's the young lady's name answering the questions? Your M&M buddy? She's going to be up there with you, answering, being there, doing our laundry for us, keeping everything clean and safe. What it is, an incredible, what's her name?
I'm sorry, the satellite went behind the mountain. So it cut. What'd you ask?
It's all good. I kept it going. What's your partner's name again? I keep forgetting
So
the young
her name
lady.
is Madden. But
Madden. We should remember that. That's Justin's little son's name,
Yeah.
Madden. So I won't forget anymore, Madden. I'm sorry. Okay, Madden. So Madden's going to be up there taking care of everybody. You're getting to meet the staff, which is pretty spectacular because most of the time when you go to a place like this, you don't know anybody. You're getting to meet everybody. You guys met Jason on the last show, Melanie on the last show, but we got to get close and personal with Melanie, Captain Coder, Madden, DK Drifter. We got the chef hanging out with us. It's going to be fun to go up there and see all these people and get to learn more about this beautiful place that they get to call home for a little while every
Yeah.
year. How long is the lodge? When does it open and when does it close every year?
Our fishing season is the last week of May through the first week of September. So we typically will come, well, the past few years we've been coming in April and we've been leaving in December. So this year we came in April and then we are hoping to be out by the end of September. And yeah.
And the main reason you guys close up is because weather takes over, right? And it's just so unpredictable. You can't really run a lodge with that
You
weather.
can't, because if something freezes, it can burst a pipe. And then the darkness, it's during that time, you only have like maybe 5 hours of daylight. And so everything just comes, yeah, I mean, I would stay here in the winter with no problem, but most people want to get out because if you don't, like I waited 6 days to get out last year, just because it was weather related and I couldn't get out. So I would have to then constantly change my booking for my hotel and then my air and all that. So once you get out here, and that's why we do the catamaran, is so that if you do have your plane booked that day, later that evening, then you're going to be able to make it. If it was dependent upon the float plane, it may not make it out here because it can't land due to the instruments. We're water, so you can only land in our area on water. That's it, or come in a boat.
Right. And that's a big deal, gang. Like we said in the beginning of the show, I don't know if we're listening in the beginning. There's no roads. I've looked at Google Earth, I've checked it out. No way driving in there. There's just no way to drive in there. So it's like Mel was saying, you're either on a boat or you're landing on a plane. So you're out there. They'd love to be open year round. It'd make all the sense in the world, but you can't. It's Alaska. That's why it's so
Yeah.
bitch in there, because it's not getting hammered year round. It's only got X amount of days where you can actually go out there and have fun and catch fish and do all the cool things that you want to do. That's what makes it such a special time and such a special thing. So these dates, we're going to have you guys on the show more. We're going to be doing something that all of you are waiting to see when we go up there, Ron and I, and we get up there. We're going to be going live every day from the docks, from the lodge, while we're having dinner with the people. If they're cool, if they're supposed to be, if people are up there and they're not supposed to be there, no, we won't go live with them. But the other people, yeah, we're going to be going live from the lodge. You guys are going to get to see everything. We'll wander around like we do everywhere we go and show you everything live. And it's just going to be an incredible time. And hopefully down the line, Jason and Melanie get to meet all of you members of the website.
Yes.
I want them to meet all of you. So we're going to do the very best we can to make sure that we promote this lodge to the best that we can. And then next year, probably when we're at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, we'll be right next to
That's
Jason
right.
and Melanie. That would be
That
pretty
would
epic. And I can do that with Bill DePriest. I can be in any one of the halls. It doesn't matter. I don't need to be next to anybody. But it would be fun to be next to you guys.
Absolutely.
So you can see all the people and all the hype, and Jace and Justin and his boys. That would be fun to get Madden and Rylan up there fishing those giant halibut stuff. Those two boys fish so hard. It'd be rad, wouldn't it? Justin, we'd have to drag them off the dock at night. They would want to fish right till whenever. They would pass out down on the dock. Those kids love it. So is there anything you can think of we missed that we should be talking about? Anything you want to let everybody know before we log off? We already went an hour and a half.
I don't think so. Yeah, I need somebody to book some trips. So let's get some bookings.
Yeah, let's get up there and go check it out, gang, and let's go see what's going on. And the season just keeps rolling along the whole time. What's the best time to go? People
Okay.
are asking that. I would say when you can go.
Yeah, when you can go. If you're gonna always wait for that someday bucket list, whatever, you go. Now, if you want to focus on, say, I just want king, then you want to do your booking earlier in the year. You still are going to get your bottom feeders, your lingcod, your other stuff. But then if you want silvers, you're going to come at the end of the season because their run is at the end. In between is everything. So your bottom feeders are all the whole season. Once the kings start coming in and spawning, the pinks do.
We're going to ask her when she comes back on, Justin. The satellites, it's kind of weird. It goes around the mountain up there and we lose her for a couple seconds. Just hang in there. She's going to be right back on here and we're going to ask
If you
that
want to try
question.
for all things, I would say prime time is the middle of the season because people can pick up whatever. But right now, how the counts and everything is, I'm saying if it was me and I wanted a smorgasbord, I'm going to do the middle of the season. If I want to focus on silvers, I'm going to come towards the end. And if I'm going to want a king, I'm going to come towards the beginning of the season.
And then Justin wanted to know, do you do anything shorter? Is it all 6 days or that's bust? Is there any 3-day or 4-day trips
We
or anything
don't,
like that? Or
we
just 6?
don't, because when the catamaran goes in, they drop off and pick up our next round of guests. So we flip that day so that we can get our next ones in. So right now, we just do 6 nights, 5 full days of fishing.
And that's the thing, gang. It's remote. So everything has to revolve around that time clock of when that ferry is going to be there. So it's a kind of a different deal. You just can't go. You just can't get in your car, jump in an Uber, and go out to the lodge. So there you go. That's why, and that makes all the sense in the world.
And so you could go on the website and see like it from this date to this date. So the 6th is the day that they're gonna bring you from there, and then the 12th would be the day you go out. So it's kind of 7 days really because you're staying for 6 nights, you're fishing for 5 days, but by the time you get back, it's like a whole day's missed in there. So
what is the warmest the air gets up there?
The warmest the air gets up here, I'm gonna say typically in the summer, it's in the 60s. I mean, I have fair skin, so I can burn easily. I do sunburn up here a few times, but I'm gonna say 60s. I can usually just wear my base layer. I can put my bibs on, my rain boots. I'll put a base layer on top, a hoodie, and then I'll put my rain jacket. So then I can, if I need to take it off, I can take it off and then still have my base layer or whatever. So the weather, expect rain. Always expect rain. Will it drizzle? It could drizzle for 5 minutes and not rain the rest of the day. But if it says rain, you can bet it's going to rain somehow, sometime. But it typically is when you're coming in at night, Tom. It's like right when you know you're going to be getting out, it starts raining or doing something like that. But don't think of like a torrential pour down. I mean, it can happen, and it has happened here in the past month for sure.
Absolutely. John Stanley, the coldest it gets, it's got to be what, below 30, below 40, something like that. It gets extremely cold up there where everything's froze over, right? What's the coldest it gets up there?
Oh, I think he's back now.
In the,
There it is
huh?
again. That's Alaska, the
What?
satellite.
Oh yeah, you're back. And one of our guys, John Stanley, was just interested in how cold does it get? What do you think? 30 below, 40
Oh,
below?
no. It gets about 60s.
Lowest?
No, coldest.
In the summer.
No, in the winter.
Oh, in the winter? Oh, I don't know. Too cold.
Yeah.
Too cold. 20 below. It could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the summer, your lowest maybe probably in your 40s or 50, 55. And it can be 80 to 90 degrees. So that's a big difference, but
Wow.
that's our summer. And that was coming from the chef. He's also worked out of Juneau.
All right, big country.
So he knows the
One
times and kind of that thing.
One thing I wanted to say is if you guys if you're coming up to the lodge and you got a chance to spend a part of the day in Juneau, it's really interesting there. Kelly and I, we went to the hatchery.
Yep.
It was very cool to see all the salmon at the hatchery. We went and saw
Yep.
the glacier. We had like 6 hours there and we crammed up as much stuff as we could because we never see anything. Juneau's a beautiful little town and there's all kinds of cool stuff to see. So don't be bummed if you're like, okay, the flight land, we got 6 hours. Well, you're going to want to cram in as much cool stuff as you can in 6 hours. Juneau's a pretty cool place, right?
Oh,
Big
yeah.
country?
He's cooking. I hear him cooking now.
Okay. All right. Go make us some breakfast. Hurry
He
up.
already made us breakfast this morning. We're going into lunchtime now.
Oh, beautiful. Perfect.
Yeah, I
thank
would
you.
just say if I missed any questions, we'll go back. Or if you have any questions, reach out. And again, if they mention that they watched it on your podcast until that 25th, then we'll do that, knock that $300 off per person.
There you go. How cool is that, everybody? So make sure you give Melanie and Captain Coder a call. Get on the list. Get your spot reserved now. Get your spot reserved now, and then we'll be definitely setting up a Your Saltwater Guide trip after I get back. I promise you that. And then maybe they'll do that for us. That'd be a good thing to do. Dave Hill's suggesting maybe you guys make us a quick little minute and a half video of the lodge, walk around, make a video. You guys can send it to me on WhatsApp or email it to me, and we'll throw it up on as one of our reels to show everybody what you guys got going on. Walk down the dock.
Oh, we got all that already for you. We'll send it over to you.
Yeah, make me a 1 or 2 minute video and we'll throw it out on all of our social media and let everybody check it all out. That would be wonderful. And then, you know me, when I'm up there, I'm going to make a million videos.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's gonna be
absolutely.
great.
So yeah, I have some, but then we'll do some and we're probably going to do some too on some basic stuffs on the boat too, so that it's not as just sitting here listening to somebody talk. And, you know, while you're in the lodge, we may do a few short little videos of how to reset a hook or how to do a deep release and stuff like that. So we've been working on some videos and doing stuff like that. So we'll definitely send you some stuff of what the lodge looks like on the inside, down at the docks, and then what the rooms look like and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. One other question, and then we're going to let you go. How late, what time of the year is it light out the longest in there? September, November, October?
No,
June,
it's
July,
dead. It's dead fish season. So July for sure. We do July 4th on July 3rd here because by the time it gets dark enough, it's usually between 12 and 1 a.m. before we could do fireworks.
Woo.
So, and then it's back up by 5:30. So it's summertime. You're gonna have a lot of light. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds cool. Sounds really fun. I'm looking forward to being up there with you. I can't wait to meet you in person and hang out with you, Melanie. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday morning to be with us. And the rest of the team, Madden and Andrew and DK and Big Country, I thank you all for jumping on with us today and saying hi to my followers and everybody that's watching. Gang, do us a giant, massive favor. If you enjoyed this today, hit the like button on whatever social media you're watching on. When you hit the like button, it makes the algorithm go bananas. I never ever ask for anything from you guys, but I do ask for you to do a few of the simple things that are free. Hit the like button. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, X, Threads. We're on every platform. Hit us on the like button on everything. It just makes the algorithm go bananas. And it helps a lot. And it'll help Melanie and her crew up there because more people will get to see this great podcast we did today. And go back and watch the podcast we did a month and a half ago with her husband. It's good to put it all together and to understand what they're talking about. We did a lot more with my producer on the last one as far as building the lodge. This one was more about what you're going to get to do at the lodge and all the great people you're going to get to meet there, which is cool because now you're at the lodge. So you got to meet the crew. So this has been a fun day. Thank you so much for taking your time. I know you guys are all super busy trying to get ready. You got like a week and a half.
Don't remind me.
Lodge, so.
No.
Okay.
That's okay.
Get her done. Thank you guys very much for watching the show. Thanks, everybody. They'll be going back through and answering all the questions they didn't get to. I enjoyed being with you guys this morning. Thank you all very much. As usual, I'm taking tomorrow off, and then we'll be back with Justin and Al, maybe Pablo on Monday, and we'll be recapping Don Hansen Day and all the great things and the new kids camp we're going to be kicking off with Your Saltwater Guide. Thank you all so much for being there for us day in and day out. I appreciate all the views, likes, and everything that you guys do for Your Saltwater Guide team. Thank you all very much. And remember, turn off the news. They're all lying. I don't care.